Welcome back to the show. We have Olayinkola Daniels joining us this morning on the show. And we're talking about INEC, the 2023 elections, the February 25 presidential election has attracted a lot of comments from across the divide. Like you watched earlier, some people are protesting, some are gathering results. We don't know where they're getting it from. So many people are saying all sorts on social media, and they're releasing certain results on social media that we're not even sure where they're getting it from. Some are even coming from people as high as the vice presidential candidates of some parties. What do you have the rights to do? What shouldn't you be doing? Does INEC have the right to post election results electronically, or must they do it manually, or must they do it with both? These are some of the questions Olayinka will be answering this morning. Olayinka, good morning, and thanks for coming on the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I like this your filler this morning.
Looks different.
Looks different. You get it. It looks like he wants to go for 101 there after the show. Olayinka, let's talk straight about the elections and some of the aftermath of the election. Are you happy with the result of that election? I'm talking about the result and the conduct of INEC.
That is a big question.
Yes.
When you say if I'm happy, does it matter? If I'm happy, you know why? I ask if it does really matter. We have different people that are not happy with the results, and we have different people that are favored and they are happy.
Yeah.
The question we should ask, has INEC done the needful?
Okay.
Are they justified by their actions? Did they follow the law while doing their job? Because a lot of people are angry because, it didn't go their route. Some assume, okay, for instance, two of the candidates are claiming they won the election and that INEC did not do a good job and that they are going to court to contest the
election
election.
results.
Those are two out of the candidates. Don't forget that we have other candidates out of the candidates. Now, the candidate that was elected, that was declared by INEC, maybe his own camp are happy to say, yes, we're happy,
Of course.
we won. That is the reason why I said the question should be to INEC. Because being happy or not, if proper thing has been done, look, somebody will win election, somebody will lose election.
Yes.
And there is nowhere in the world where, by my research, that election is perfect. If you remember, even in the US, the last election they had, they were accusing Russia from delving into the affairs of the US, meaning that using ACA to tamper. Well, so if those big ones will still have such issues, still be alleging that some people from some country were interfering in their election by trying to hack into their system and all that. So it means that there are issues everywhere. The Indians, even the people of the democracy, everywhere. So there's no perfect election. But let's come back home. What did INEC do? Because during this, if you look at it as at even 2015, 2019 election, it took INEC for 5 days
Yes.
to come out with results.
Yes. Same way this time around as well.
Now, this time, some group of people or some candidates or some political parties protested even while the coalition was going on
Yes. Some walked out.
and wanted the announcement to be altered at that point. Assuming without considering, the INEC chairman decide to say, okay, fine, let's hold it. And that takes us to June 12. What happened June 12? They were in collation center. They were declaring results. Not so. And at some point, maybe a call or something happened, and that collation or that announcement was altered. And what followed suit? Annulment
of the entire election.
So
process.
meaning the acclaimed winner of that election that year was not declared winner. So we did not have president-elect in June 12 election. I could not, because why all of them were saying, no, you should stop. I was one of the people shouting, go ahead, go on. Whatever the issues we had,
let it be sorted.
we will, you see, look, there are some that you could address. Yes, the laws allow you to listen to conflicts and all that. You could fix right there. But there are some, if they are beyond you, you will complete your job. So there is also a provision of the law in Electoral Act that gave any aggrieved party the place to go, which is the court tribunal. That is the provision of the law. So the chairman is not a member of the tribunal. The chairman of the INEC is not a member of the tribunal.
Okay.
Neither
is actually going to be
is
in the
it.
defense.
So thank you. So it cannot. If it tries to even alter it, it means that you are even going against the law, provision of the law. So he cannot do that. So to avoid June 12, to avoid chaos, to avoid our democracy being stopped, to avoid our democracy being
truncated
or truncated, the needful had to be done.
He needed to follow through with the process.
If he had, because we're looking at that is already 4 going to the 5th days, and we are not announcing result. When are we going? So we're going to stop the announcement. Then till when will it be announced? At what time? Now, also the law gives provision for 7 days, right? And again, let's even look at the laws, because sometimes, people
Sorry,
are
you said
not.
The constitutions give
Not constitution, the electoral.
7 days.
Yeah.
Electoral Act. 7 days for what?
For posting of result, as in if you have any announcement, if you have any issues,
Okay.
you raise that
Okay.
right there. That meaning that you have 7 days for INEC to upload all the results.
Okay.
So now, if at the coalition center, how many days into the coalition, then you are clamoring that why have you not uploaded the result before announcing? The law says it gives them 7 days to do that. So it wasn't 7 days already. So why all the noise? There's so much noise, particularly social media, people that are not even conversant with the law, people that don't even know, they've not even gone to check. They hear what people say, then they spread it without fact. No fact whatsoever. They don't even know the provision of the law. They don't even know what the law stated. In fact, to the extent that some even started quoting INEC guidelines
as the law.
as the law. Meanwhile, the law says INEC can. So, INEC can say, well, I cannot. Because I have an issue at the moment. For instance, I have hiccups with my electronic issues. And yes, the law made provision for the electronic issues. The same law made provision for manual. And that is at that point, because the law saw that he has foreseen that, look, human can make errors. Now to talk of electronic whatever, the system can be down. And that was what happened. They said they had issues with the system. At that point, so you expect INEC to hold on.
Okay, so let's talk about this law, Olayinka. Section 4, Section 64, subsection 4 of the Electoral Act states that a collation officer or returning officer at an election shall collate and announce the result of an election subject to his or her verification and confirmation that the number of accredited voters stated on the collated result are correct and consistent with the number of accredited voters recorded and transmitted directly from the polling unit. And that's the votes. We can go back to that one. We're not done with it. The previous one. And that the votes stated on the collated result are correct and consistent with the votes and results recorded and transmitted directly from the polling unit. Now, I think where the people have problem is recorded and transmitted. What exactly does transmitted mean there? Does this mean electronic transmission or manual transmission?
Thank you. Now, okay, so I need to look at that particular, when he was talking about
The collation of the
collation
result
of the result.
by the returning officer.
Yes.
Or the collation officer.
At that time, yes, electronic is allowed to be used.
Allowed.
To be used.
Not compulsory.
Not compulsory. So why we cannot use the word compulsion is because what you are telling me, if at the time you want to
Upload it.
upload and the server is down,
What do you do?
what do you do? Are you going to shut down collations? Why? Because it's not working.
So when they say transmitted, of course that statement did not say electronic transmission. Neither did it state manual transmission.
So that is where it comes back to INEC. And that is the reason why the law gives INEC power to make guidelines.
So INEC gave some guidelines.
Yes.
And it now seems they work against their own guidelines.
That is good. Let's address that. Because when people say INEC work against,
Their own guidelines.
let me use you.
Okay.
You have a tax to carry out.
Yes.
Now, you have set up a guideline to carry out those tasks, right? At the moment you're working to carry out the tax, you find out that some of the guidelines that you have to carry out those tasks had issues. You couldn't use the same guideline that you had promised me that you will use to achieve the task. For instance, no network, you want to use electronic whatever to carry out whatever you want to do. For instance, no network. For instance, even when for our phone, we use our phone, and you're dialing a number, even someone that is beside you, and is not going through, and you're trying to get the attention of this person. What do?
You tap the person now.
Very well.
But
That is what has happened.
I know.
And meanwhile, I have told you that, hold on, I have told you that I will get across to you, I will call you. That is what I told you.
okay, but how about this? Can we see it from another angle? I love the illustration you give, right? But can we see from another angle where I already told you, let me use my own illustration now, that okay, I will meet you from Ikeja here, I will meet you on the island.
Yes.
And you'll be like, okay, probably you are going to be waiting for me maybe at Bagada.
Yes.
Towards, getting the third mainland bridge. You are waiting. But everywhere is blocked.
Thank you.
Yeah, I needed to find another alternative means of transport, to get on the island. Is it not right? Is it wrong for me to call you and tell you, oh, I'm not passing this line again. This is where I want to pass now, so you can change your route. Now
Yeah,
I'm
well.
passing Yaba. Because the thing is, I feel INEC did not come outside to say, oh, Nigeria, something is happening. The only thing I knew somebody came out to tell us was about 162 hackers tried to hack in the INEC server. So it's been very difficult for them to upload results. But these are things Nigerians did not know.
That would not be fair on INEC.
Okay, why? How?
Thank you. What you're saying did not happen. INEC informed because those questions were raised at the collation center.
Okay.
And Mr. Chairman informed the press. It was talking to Nigerians
What
because
if
they were the ones
what-
asking questions.
Like Adana, if those questions were not raised,
Yes.
would the INEC chairman had come out to tell Nigerians what was going on that?
That's the reason why you have press at collation centers. That is why you have agents at collation centers.
And I think
The
that's
reason-
why the other aggrieved parties are hungry, because
They cannot-
according to Labour Party in Lagos, Labour Party even claimed that they have more than the numbers. They scored them in Lagos. PDP said their situation room monitor about 900 and something thousand for Labour Party in Lagos. I'm not sure even Labour Party situation room
PDP?
was up to that.
Which PDP?
Right? Eh?
Which PDP?
Our PDP now, of course. And then I've been like, okay,
because then the candidate of the PDP in Lagos, who is the substantive leader of the party,
Bode
is not-
George.
No, the candidate.
Okay, candidate, that's Jandor.
Yes, Jandor
Okay.
has not made any statement like that.
Well,
So when people, there's a lot of back and forth on what PDP said and what PDP didn't say. Quite a number of people. Let's not forget that there are PDP members who right now support Labour Party candidates.
of course, I just mentioned Bode George. He came
You
out
understand?
and said,
And there are PDP,
PDP,
and you know there are Labour Party candidates who are saying hello. Well, Labour Party supporters as well, who are saying hello, we're not with you on this one. And the PDP candidate is saying there is nothing like a there is no conversation, as it were, between the two parties. So it's not a situation where PDP is coming to defend Labour Party.
That I've been really bothered about that, and I will go with where Olayinka Daniel said. In the world today, there has never been a perfect conducted election.
Okay, we even have it on the screen. Jandor rules out an LP alliance, says no point sitting on a keg of gunpowder. So you see, so many people are talking about they said they didn't say, they said they didn't say. And I think these are just things that people are using to manipulate more Nigerians.
What am I feeling like? The PDP wants to stylishly use the Labour Party, because the Labour Party now are heading to court with 20 signs. And the PDP are going to protest first, even when it looks like, it looks like the people that are following the Labour Party are new in election.
Okay.
You will know the youth that are coming out now is like they are new in election. Now let's talk about PDP that actually know the right thing or actual thing to do, but instead they took over the street in Abuja, and then they were going straight to INEC office. The thing is there any power given to a political party, to stop INEC from conducting election or to cancel election?
Or even to,
Because what Atiku is
announce
saying
results.
on the Punch newspaper is he wants to extend the protest and demand result cancellation. Would that ever be possible?
Well, everybody has a right to protest. Is their right. Now the question is,
What if it's
is it
causing
necessary?
unrest?
Hold on. Is it necessary? No. You have gone to court. But do you need to protest again? To me, I would say no. You cannot be seeking judgment in public court at the same time going to the court of law or court of justice to say you want justice. It means that it may backfire on you. You may even do, because by the time you call it a peaceful protest, like you said, and it's hijacked by hoodlums.
That's what
by
I'm saying.
town,
What if it's
and
causing
then it
unrest?
causes unrest. In fact, not just unrest. The stubborn people who want to move, they cannot move. Why? Because you're moving in crowd. You're stopping people from going to work, you're using and all that.
Yeah.
Just because, look, unfortunately, this same Mr. Atiku, when he was vice president on the PDP, people protested. And we know what they did to them. Remember Okadigbo, the late Chukwuka Okadigbo,
Yes.
and the likes of from current president now. When they protested, when they lost elections and all that, they used tear gas on them. This same PDP. So now you are enjoying what you could not give in your days. So I think Mr. Atiku, he knows better. He's an elder statesman. He's been in this
That's what I'm
system,
saying.
and he should not encourage. I can imagine that is LP that is doing this,
Because
and all these young
expecting
people,
LP to have gone on the street.
all these young people now. I mean, go this route.
But their presidential candidates came out to say we'll seek redress in court.
That is the place to go, because that is the provision of the law.
The law.
They believe
That is
they
what the
have
electoral
plus-
act gave.
plus
So
the
I'm now wondering,
presidential
what are they
candidate of
doing?
presidential candidate of Labour Party, I think, has been in court several times during his governorship tenure or administration in Anambra. So he probably still feel like, okay, the same way. Well, Anambra,
He got justice. He got justice.
He got
So,
justice.
yeah, he
in
got
Anambra,
justice.
because he said
And
it in his,
that was how he
his press
became,
conference that he has been there once. He got
Yes.
justice and he's going there again. To seek for his
same
his
justice.
mandate. Now, my problem right now is the PDP says they want the vote. The Labour Party said they want the vote. INEC already declared APC and a presidential candidate, and now the president-elect.
Yeah.
Now, how is it going to be? Because if eventually, let's say eventually,
Yes.
PDP kind of they want the case, and Labour Party is still saying no, will it still continue, and the APC will come back to say no. I don't understand it. It's getting to look like a movie.
Well, I think I will leave that to the court
To
decide.
decide.
I will leave that to, we have able hands, capable hands
In the
and
court.
in the court, and they've been. I mean, it's something they do
You see-
every time, so they know what they're looking for. Let everybody go to God and present their fact, whatever they call facts, whatever they call evidences, to show that okay, this has
I
happened.
want to add something I don't know.
We have another guest that
I know
needs to
something
come.
I don't know.
But
I
hold
don't-
on. There's something that we have on the screen that we're supposed to talk about.
Okay.
There are so many Nigerians that have been posting results. And my director has the pictures, apart from the law, they've been posting results. And there is a particular one that they've been posting
The
in the
election
name.
results?
Yeah, the election results. And they've been posting in the name of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. The vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party. They've been posting results. This account is just a clone account. But many people actually believe it is the real account of the vice presidential candidate. Nigerians do not know that this is a crime. Now, you can put it back. This is the original account of the official
Party.
account. You can put the picture back, please. The official account of Senator Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed, official handle of the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party. Can you put the next one? He joined in 2021. Now, this is it. You see, it's different. That's senator, and this one is doctor.
So, yeah.
Now, this person has a description on his own account. Let's look at that. You see, APC 80,000. Now, this is a Stan account. Tweets not signed by Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed. Nigerians have been quoting this as Yusuf Baba Ahmed. Posting results like this, is it permissible by the law?
Is it legal?
Is it
And
legal?
you see, yeah, that is what I've been telling some of our youth that care to listen, that what you're doing, you don't know. If you know, even I have younger ones that are lawyers, and they are doing the same thing. And I ask them, what are you, do you know what you are doing? Because if you do, you will not.
You will
Now,
not.
the law made provisions. Yeah, for you, by the time the result is posted and uploaded and all that, yeah, you can have access to it. But now, to get it out, you need a CTC. You will apply for a certified true copy of that result. Now, all the social media result that you are not the one to release. Now, if INEC has done that, and then you are saying, oh, yeah, of course, you could go to the website. If you have access to it, you will see whatever the result. Like some people are complaining about different, figures. I mean, that are not tally with whatever they uploaded and all that. No, voila. If you have that, get
Take
this
it to court.
certified true copy. When you go to court,
Present it.
present it. But when you go this route, and thankfully, I'm happy when I saw something yesterday. The DSS now, they are on social media. Instagram, Twitter, everywhere, Facebook now. And they have told them, we are here and we are watching. So if you do anything,
You go to jail. You
and
go
they
to
pick you
jail.
up, don't come back
You
and
go to
say,
jail.
oh, they are
You go to
hunting, the
jail.
government is hunting them.
Won't the people? Do you think the people won't feel that way?
That is what we are saying, and that is why we are telling them not
You
to
go to
set the
jail.
country
You go
on
to
fire.
jail.
That is why we are telling them avoid what will get you to jail. And so that when people will shout and say, oh yeah, they're witch hunting. Yes, you will say that, but you will be the one eating beans. Why the people telling you, oh, they are witch hunting, you will be in their bedroom and tweeting again, and you will be the one eating the beans in somewhere in Kirikiri or somewhere, whatever. So use your brain, use
And
your
don't
head,
go
don't
and
eat
beans.
up the politics
Politics.
in the country. You avoid beans in Kirikiri, you can eat it at home. I mean, just do the needful. Don't set the...
Olaikola Daniels.
Did you see, sorry, did you see one?
We have someone.
That one uploaded pictures
Yes.
of Supreme Court judges and saying, yes, these are the people. The matter that is not even in Supreme Court. You uploaded pictures and you are saying these are the people
That will come out.
that will come and know them now. You profile them. The Supreme Court judges that people don't even know who they are.
You're going to jail,
No, because DSS came now, the person has pulled down the
Yes, who is
nonsense.
that? Okay, thank you so much for coming on the show this
for having
morning.
me.
We're talking next about how Nigerians in diaspora are sometimes responsible for some of these things that we're talking about. And we have Mr. Akin Fatunke in the studio with us after this break.